Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's video we'll be discussing Noni Madueke signing for Arsenal for around £50 million. Okay, but before that, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. It's very much appreciated and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel. And I just want to say a massive thank you for recently hitting 66 subscribers. Each video the number just gets higher and higher and I can't believe it. Absolutely amazing business from all you guys supporting my videos recently. And I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support on social media as well. The likes, the comments has been absolutely amazing, and the significant amount of growth in my videos recently has been absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. Right, let's just get down to business and let's talk about the reasons why this signing is so controversial in the world of football at the moment. I haven't seen a more controversial move in recent years. Noni Madueke signing for Arsenal for 50 million. It's absolutely blown up on social media and all this sort of stuff. And it is a little bit confusing when you think about the transfer, because for me, he hasn't done enough to warrant a £50 million move to Arsenal. Just because last season, obviously, he only scored 7 goals and got 3 assists. So from that point of view, is that worth 50 million? I don't know. When you compare it to an Anthony Elanga going 55 million, I know who I'd rather buy for that price tag. And even then, I was questioning, should Newcastle spend 55 million on Elanga? So if you're going to spend that money on him, why are you going to spend 50 million on Noni Madueke? He's not even Chelsea's best winger. Don't get me wrong, there is talent there. He was fantastic in PSV coming through the ranks. And, I think he spent 3 years at Chelsea now, I'm pretty sure. I think he got signed when he was 20, obviously 23 now, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I'm correct in saying that. There is a talent in Noni Madueke. He is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, he just hasn't had his best. He hasn't had the best of luck at Chelsea. He spent a lot of last season on the bench, coming off the bench and making an impact sometimes here and there. Obviously, he's a half decent player. I'm not saying he isn't, but when Arsenal are crying out for a striker, when they're crying out for a more natural left winger, why sign a right winger to be your third choice? He's not going to start ahead of Bukayo Saka. He's not going to start ahead of Ethan Nweri. Hopefully I've said both of their names right. I'm so bad at pronouncing people's names, as you guys should know by now. So I do apologise if I messed up there. But he's not going to start ahead of those two. And now you've had the likes of Ethan Nweri sort of. There's been a little bit rumours, rumbles coming out the Arsenal camp that he might be trying to look away to move to a different team because of game time and whatnot. I can't see Noni Madueke playing on that right wing, so I feel like either way, Ethan Nweri will be alright. He'll still get minutes, he'll still be the number 2 to Bukayo Saka. There's no way you're edging Bukayo Saka out of that team because he's a world-class player, and there's no way you can get in front of him. So it is a weird one, signing a right winger to be your left winger now. He probably will, you're not going to spend £50 million and not play Noni Madueke, so he's got to get into the team somehow, and it will most likely be on the left wing. Okay, it'll probably get into the team ahead of Martinelli, ahead of Trossard. But then again, I feel like Trossard, there's been rumours to him to linking him to Fenerbahce, so he might be off. We might need to do a video about Fenerbahce and their transfer business, okay? Because they're becoming almost Aston Villa 2.0, trying to sign the likes of John Duran, Leon Bailey, Diego Carlos. Who else? Marco Asensio. They've been linked to some proper Aston Villa players in recent seasons, at least, anyways. But yeah, anyways, back to this Noni Madueke deal. I'm not saying it's a bad signing. I do feel like he will do all right. But when Arsenal are crying out for a striker, when they're crying out for a more natural left winger, why sign a right winger? Don't get me wrong, he can play on the left hand side, but his more natural position is on the right hand side. So why sign a right winger? Why not go all out for like a Rodrigo at Real Madrid? Obviously they've been linked with him as well. And why not just spend like a 50 million you spend on Noni Madueke and put it towards that deal for that player instead? To me that makes more sense. But I don't know. But whatever way you look at it, right, Noni Madueke has sort of completed London in that sort of sense. He absolutely loves living in London. He must do. Obviously, coming through the academy of Tottenham, signing for Chelsea, and now signing for Arsenal. Some of the biggest teams in London. He's signed for some of the biggest teams, all 3 big teams, hasn't he? Who else is there? QPR? I don't know. Maybe he might sign for them in a few years. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Nah, I'm only joking. It's just a weird one with this transfer. It's so controversial because all the fans can't get their head around it. And I'm sort of in the same boat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't get my head around the transfer. I don't think anybody's saying he's a bad player, but it's just not what Arsenal need, if that makes sense. They need someone more guaranteed, someone a little bit more established, someone that's gonna get them the goals and the assists right now. I just don't think, Noni Madueke is that. He doesn't take Arsenal to the next level. He doesn't elevate Arsenal's side. He's going to come in, be a young player to sort of develop over the years. And, what Arsenal need is guaranteed starters to win you games at the moment. They need a game winner, don't they, Arsenal? That's what they're missing. Obviously, they've got Bukayo Saka, but he can't do it all by himself, okay? They need somebody else on the other side. And when you're signing Noni Madueke, he just isn't that type of player, is he? Not at this current stage of his career. Don't get me wrong. In a few more seasons, after a few more years development under a Mikel Arteta, maybe he can become a 10 to 15 goal season left winger. We don't know, but it feels like he's signing Noni Madueke to sort of shoehorn him in another position that he's not really used to. Don't get me wrong, like I've said, he's played a few times there for Chelsea and for PSV and all this sort of stuff. So he's played a few games at left wing, but that's not his natural position. So again, why do it? It doesn't make sense. It's just a weird one. They don't need him, so why not spend like 50 million on a Rodrigo, on a Eze? You know what I mean? But then again as well, obviously they've been linked with Eze, they've been linked with Rodrigo, and if they get them too, and if they get like a Victor Gyökeres, signing Noni Madueke might be all right. You know what I mean? If we're looking at this transfer at the end of the window and they've signed lose couple of players as well, Eze, Rodrigo, Victor Gyökeres, as well as a Noni Madueke, it might be alright as a little squad option. That's all I'm saying. But at this current stage of the transfer window, it does look a little bit weird going for Madueke when you've not signed the other three guys, you know what I mean? When you're crying out for a striker, why not get that deal done straight away, just so you don't have to worry about it, so the fans don't, get all anxious around that sort of transfer dealings going on and whatnot. I don't think there would be as much uproar if this was like the last signing of the transfer business for Arsenal, if that makes sense. But anyways, this is where I'm gonna wrap up the video. It's only a short one, so before that, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. It's very much appreciated. And recently hitting 66 subscribers, I can't believe it. Okay, I think the next goal we're gonna set has to be 70 or 75 subscribers. Let's do 75 subscribers. If we can get that amount of subscribers, it'll absolutely mean the world to me. Okay, I just can't believe it. I'm getting a load more comments and a load more likes on my videos recently, so all the love is absolutely amazing. I just want to say a massive thank you for doing so far. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling now because, I'm waffling a little bit now. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day and have a nice one. Peace out.